I'm a really like, let me be independent. Let me not, let me, I'm just that way. Right. Like I was literally in a counseling session, a ministry session yesterday, and I was struggling, and the minister, she was like, yeah, I knew it would be hard today. I was already praying for you. I was like, yeah. So I'm just that person where I'm like, I want to be independent. I really don't want to have these issues I'm facing, but I do, right? And because of like the loss of my father in my childhood, sometimes I don't like to feel like a child. I don't like to feel vulnerable. But that father child thing is so important. Okay. And last episode, we talked about how fear comes to steal your future and kill your purpose. And the enemy doesn't want you to move forward in your identity, in your calling, in your assignments. We know that. Okay. And we know from Romans 8:15 that we have the spirit of adoption. Okay. We are God's children. Yeah. So the devil, of course, okay, is always working to oppose our connection as children of God by convincing us that we're orphaned and abandoned and neglected. And here is the sneaky tactic. If the devil can't make you a prodigal, okay, who runs away and blows his inheritance on sinful acts, then he'll make you a traumatized and disconnected orphan who's so afraid of the world that they stay home, they take no risks, and they waste their inheritance away in hiddenness and timidity. And the very interesting difference is the prodigal son knew he was a son and knew he had an inheritance. But the orphan doesn't know or doesn't tap into their inheritance, right? And so we want to make sure we don't overlook that father-child connection, right? And with Safe Passage, I've had a lot of pressure I've carried, a lot of stress I've carried over the vision, over making it succeed. And maybe in 2021, it must have been around then, I was dealing with significant pressure, and it didn't come from anybody. It came from me, really. I was putting the pressure on myself. But it was getting really stressful. And I remember the day I was waking up, and I had a dream before I woke up. And I don't even know if it was a dream because I was literally seconds from waking up. It was almost like a vision with my eyes closed. I don't know. So I was waking up, and suddenly this man of light, like we talked about Jesus, being dressed in white. No, it was a man of light. Like his whole figure was light. And so he's coming up to my face, this man of light, and he gets in my face like this close. And he says, I have a word for you. Take it off. And I woke up, and I immediately knew what the word was: to take off the pressure. And when I got out of bed that day, the word was to take off the pressure. But when I got out of bed, okay, I walked around that day feeling like love had come from heaven to touch me. And all that day, I was just like, he loves me. Oh my gosh, he loves me. And I was crying all day, totally impacted by his love. And his love didn't want me walking around in fear and striving and worry or pressure.
Yeah.